remember I was so confused. I felt like I'm alone in this world and no one really understands me. Wow, this is so hard for me to share this. I have to admit it's not the easiest thing for me to do actually. And I don't think I ever shared this kind of intimate story with you in YouTube. I apologize in advance for being really emotional about it. It's something that not a lot of people actually know about me and one of the turning points in my life actually. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shai. Today I want to share with you a story of when I was 22 years old and when my parents got divorced. So it was 10 years ago when I was 22 when I realized something that in the future completely changed everything that I know about people and relationships with me and with others, especially with my parents. So ever since I could remember myself, growing up always with a pet or dog or a cat, I remember I had everything I ever needed or wanted. Food, of course, home, the education I needed, really everything I needed, everything I wanted. But something that was missing for me was something that I observed in the relationship of my parents, and something that I didn't see was actually love. I remember telling myself that probably they're better off without each other. There were a lot of screaming in my home. Growing up, I remember being screamed at. I remember growing up with the feeling that they're better off without each other. And when eventually it happened, I remember it was a horrible divorce. Of course, lawyers were involved. The whole process was very emotional. A lot about justice. Everyone thought that they deserve to win this. As a consequence of this, especially when their survival were on stake, they thought on themselves first. Even though they tried in some way to protect us, they couldn't hide the fact that they are surviving right now and it's the fight of their life. I don't want it to sound like they did something wrong or they should have acted better, because I believe that everything happens for a reason and I wouldn't be the person that I am right now, that I love so much, if not for any of that actually. So I have a lot of gratitude to the way that things ended up. It was very intense times for me and for the family, of course. My mother always kept saying that she wasted 30 years of her life with the wrong partner. And for me, as her kid, as their child, it was devastating to hear, to know that my parents wasted their lives. And one of the reasons they stayed together was just so that we will have a good upbringing. And for me, hearing that was horrible. Made me feel like I was part of their own destruction. And I was part of their own feeling of regret. I felt like they were living their lives for me, for us, for me and my siblings. So it was really hard times during their divorce. Very emotional, very dramatic. Every day was something new that was happening. And I remember one of the turning points. It was a personal turning point. Back when I was 22, in the midst of their divorce, in the midst of their own personal crises and my own journey with everything that happened. And I remember I got a call from my mom that later on I understood that changed a lot of things for me. In that call, she asked me to say something to my dad, take some stuff from her home that she couldn't tell him and she didn't want the lawyers to tell him. She wanted me to tell him. Up until this point, if there was a person in my life that I trusted, that would put myself above anything else and would want only the best for me without any personal interest, that was my mom. And my dad to some extent, but that's for another video. First, when I heard her request, I felt like, okay, I should give him a call, I should do this. That was my automatic response. And then I hung up. I didn't tell her if I do it or not. I told her that I'm working. I remember how confused I felt. For the first time, I started to feel like, hey, maybe it's not the best thing that I should do right now. Maybe it's gonna ruin even more my relationship with my dad. Maybe it's not of my best interest to fulfill her request right now. It really got me feeling that maybe my mom didn't put me first. Maybe she put her own interest and her own needs before mine. I remember I started crying in my own cubic. It was life-wrecking for me. Then was the time that I realized my parents are actually just like regular human beings, just like me, just like anyone else. There was a huge bubble that burst in that moment. And the fact that no one is holding me, I really felt like I've been held most of my life. No one is holding me and supporting me in such a way that is unconditional. When I realized that no one is actually supporting me completely unconditionally, I was broken. I remember I was so confused. I felt like I'm alone in this world and no one really understands me. For some reason, I stopped feeling. I didn't laugh so much. I didn't cry so much. I wasn't depressed and I wasn't joyful. I was numb. I stopped feeling. Nothing moved me. I'm on my own. I felt like no one really cares. I felt like a zombie. Nothing really matters. And I was just continuing on and on, living this life without any emotion, without any feeling. This period of my life was one of the toughest because I had to support my mom that was shattered into the smallest pieces. She had no money left. She felt betrayed, and I remember how I wanted to be strong for her, and at the same time I was a little child that all his dreams and aspirations about relationships and love was just broken. I don't even know why I'm actually sharing this. It's not a motivational video. I'm not even sure that the message is positive or whatever. I just felt like sharing this. And I wanted to tell you that if you're going through similar things, maybe after a divorce or some difficulties with the parents, you're not alone, and there are many ways to look at things differently and to actually be able to be supported in a way that is more objective and not so much involved. So I guess this is one of the reasons that I wanted to share this. But maybe I can share some things that I learned along the years, and it took me, I think, more than a year to actually getting back to being attached to my emotions, to feel again. I was really hoping to get my heart broken again, be able to feel again, and it doesn't really matter what, just anything. We can easily get upset or happy about the feelings that we feel, and I think ever since that I experienced what I shared with you, I really feel that every feeling that I actually experience is a blessing for me. It's something that I'm grateful for, to be able to feel again. It's like you can be human again and not a zombie. It's something that for more than a year I prayed for, actually, to be human, to express it, and to not be ashamed of my feelings and emotions. I used to put a lot of pressure on my parents in terms of expectations. They were guiding me, showing me right from wrong, black and white. After this thing that I shared with you, I came to the realization that I put too many expectations on them. It's not their job to guide me through life. This is my own job, and I need to support my own in this journey. And to understand that they are also human beings. Not that long ago, actually, or at my age, thinking about probably similar things, probably about their job and about their life and about love and what they want from their lives. They took different turns, but that doesn't mean that they are Superman, that they have superpowers. It just means that they brought me into this life, and for that I'm so grateful for. Other than that, they're human beings, just like me. It's something that, of course, you know, but I experienced that literally in that same moment after that call. And don't get me wrong, I love my parents so much. Like, we've been through so many things. What they had to say on me affected me deeply. Of course, they're very important individuals in my life, but they are another human beings. And even though they want the best for me, sometimes they don't know what's best for me. They don't know. And by me really realizing that, really liberated me to be who I want to be, with or without their support. This is huge. I think it's the first time that I actually share something really, really personal. I don't think I ever shared it with as many people as now. And if you're going through this period and you found my sharing, my own story, beneficial or inspiring for you, make sure to smash that like button to let me know that you really liked it, and to actually let the YouTube algorithm know that more people should be aware of this video. And I think this is really, really important. And if you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to subscribe my channel and let me know in the comments, did you get any disappointment out of something that you were expecting your parents to behave in a certain way or tell you certain things and they didn't? I love you so, so much, and thank you for supporting me. It's getting dark. I have to go home now. So thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Until the next time.